Hi students. In in previous demos, we have discussed about what is Python and features. I have told. Like today also, we are going to discuss about the Python flavors and features. We are going to discuss. So those have missed previous demos. Then you can watch the videos in YouTube, or else you can ask online team to send the link. So if you watch the previous demos, so you'll understand more about Python. But today you can follow the class. Today also we are going to discuss about basics. We are going to discuss. So Python is not yet started. So Python installation, Python data types. Then about Python programming, I didn't start. So it will start after 1-2 sessions. Then it is going to start. So today we'll discuss about flavors of Python and features of Python. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about like Python, what all applications we can develop in Python. Then Python installation we'll see tomorrow. And day after tomorrow, we are going to discuss about Python data types, like other basics we are going to discuss. So those who have joined today, don't think that classes are over. Only 1-2 demos are over. So today also we are going to continue with the basics. And those who have already registered for this course, like today I'm going to send, after the class is over, within 1 hour, I'm going to send the videos and the recorded notes to your mail IDs for registered students. So in previous class, as I told that, uh, I'll do just a few things, a recap, then we'll move to next. So when we are working with Python here, so Python is a powerful language and it is called as a general purpose programming language. So any type of application or any type of project can be developed using Python. So Python is not for one category of applications. As I said, it is used to develop desktop applications. It is used for developing websites, and it is used for scientific applications, networking applications, and it is used to develop games or animation softwares. All these we can do. And using Python, we can work with DevOps, AWS, then data science, then machine learning, deep learning, then artificial intelligence, IoT. Like with all these other courses, by using Python, we can work. And here, this Python is developed by Guido van Rossum in the year 1989. It is developed. So as I told in previous demos, like Python is used for mathematical and numerical calculations, and Python is used for automation, and Python is used to handle big data, large amount of data related to applications or projects. And using Python, any application or any project we can develop. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about what are the flavors of Python, and about Python features. In today's class, we are going to discuss. So when you work with Python, here we can see different flavors. Like for example, if you take C language, in C language we can see different flavors like Turbo C, ANSI C, Borland C, all these are there. Okay, so in Python also we can see the different flavors here. So here we can see C Python, Jython or J Python. Then next one is there, that is Iron Python. Next Ruby Python, Anaconda Python. All these are there. So here when we say C Python, so Python language default implementation is C Python. So it is a default, and it is a most widely used implementation of the language. Okay, so now you are all attending the classes, you are attending the demos, and when you are learning Python, it means that students are learning C Python. Okay, students are learning C Python, and whatever applications we are going to develop, whatever projects you are going to develop, you are going to develop using C Python. Okay, so if anybody is learning Python course in Amirpet or anywhere online now online. So if anybody is learning Python, then it means that they are learning C Python. Okay, it is written in C and Python, and it is developed by Guido van Rossum. Before I've used that name now. Guido van Rossum developed this C Python. So C Python is compiled and interpreted. So as I said, like when you see old versions of Python, like faculties used to say that, like if they are teaching old versions of Python, they used to say that Python has interpreter and it works slow. But now, like those who are teaching latest versions of Python, so Python latest version is 3.9 is the latest version. So I am teaching a latest version only. Like here, Python dot. So python.org is the site name, and here we can see the latest version here. Here you can see Python 3.9 is the latest version. Okay, so those are teaching latest versions of Python, like Python 3.0 or 3.6 or 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. So those are teaching the latest versions of Python. They will say that Python is compiled and interpreted. Okay, so if I write a program in Python, then here we are having Python compiler. So Python compiler will takes the program and it will give a bytecode or intermediate code. Okay, so that we can call it as Python compiled code also. Okay, if I'm writing program in Python, it is a high level language. All the programming languages are high level languages only. Okay, and the Python program is compiled with a Python compiler, and it will give a bytecode or intermediate code, or we'll say assembly language. Okay, and that bytecode is sent to PVM, Python virtual machine. So PVM will take the bytecode or intermediate code, then it will interpret the bytecode, and then it will give a native code or executable code. So here Python program is converted to a middle level language, that is called bytecode or intermediate code, and middle level language is converted to by this native code or executable code by using this Python virtual machine. Okay, so that's why we are saying Python is compiled and interpreted. First compilation, then after that interpretation. So compiler will convert all the statements in the program in single shot. So interpreter will it will convert line by line to machine code or executable code, and then it will gives the result. So in previous demos, I have given in detail explanation about all this. In previous demos, I have explained everything in previous demos, and those have missed previous demos. So please check the videos in YouTube, or else you can ask online team. They will give you the YouTube link, so you can watch the previous demos. And here, when we are working with other flavors, here you can see Jython or JPython is there. So this is used to develop Java applications, and this works with Java virtual machine. So in Java application, if you want to write Python code, if you want to execute Python code, then Jython or JPython can be used. So it is like for whenever you are working with a combination, then we can go with this Jython or JPython can be used. And here next one is Iron Python is there. This is this software is used by .NET developers. So those are developing .NET applications using C# or ASP.NET, anything. Then in .NET applications, if they want to use a Python code, okay, then in that case, then Iron Python can be used. So some of you may be having doubt, like why we should use Python code in Java application, or why we should use Python code in .NET applications. So as I said before, Python is not only for developing applications. So it can do many other tasks like automation, handling of data, like many other uses are there. Okay. And here next one is PyPy is there. So we can say PP also. So the meaning is a Python package index is there. So it is used to search and to install Python packages. So searching and installing we can do it. So this PyPy contains the packages developed by Python community or Python Software Foundation. Like those are maintaining the organization which is maintaining Python software. Okay, so father of Python is Guido van Rossum, but now Python software is maintained by Python Software Foundation or Python community. That organization is taking care. Okay, so here when here I'm saying packages. So when we say Python package is a collection of modules. Okay, so when we say module means it is the Python program or we can say file. Okay, so in that Python program or file or module, we can give variables, functions, classes, all these can be there. So here when we say package, it is a collection of modules or Python files. So in Java when we say package, in Java when we say package, it is a collection of classes and interfaces in Java. Here it is a collection of modules, we'll say. And here you can see Ruby Python is there. So this software, it is used by the web developers working on Ruby on Rails. So Ruby on Rails is a server-side technology used for developing websites. Okay, so if they are developing a website using Ruby on Rails, and if they want to use Python code for doing some task or to perform some task in the website, then in that case, they have to download this software and then they have to use like Ruby Python, we can use it. So here I'm saying about server-side technologies, and here I'm saying about websites, all these. So let us discuss some basics. So like many of you may be knowing, but I will explain about the basics, then we'll move to the next options. So when we are working with websites in internet, in internet we can see nearly 6 crores websites are there. Every day 1,000 sites are hosted or published in internet. Like nowadays everyone will use internet, websites, mobile apps, all these we are using. So if you take mobile applications, nearly 4 crores mobile apps are there. Okay, so while working with websites in internet, thousands of servers are connected to internet, dedicated servers. So in every server, internet server, like a 50 or 100 or 200 sites may be there. So thousands of servers are connected to internet, dedicated servers. So while working with websites, here we'll say client system, and here we'll say server system. So here we are saying a client system and server system. So client system has a browser, and the server system has a web server is there. Server system has web server. So to open websites, we are using browser. So browser is an application, and the notepad is an application. All are applications only. Okay, and here client system has browser and the server system has a web server. So web server is a software or an application used to store and to run the websites. So in internet, what all websites are there, all will run with web server. Web server is a software or an application used to store and to run the websites. So here, while working with web servers, like Java, in Java, Tomcat web server is used. For the websites are hosted in this Tomcat web server. And for .NET websites, IIS web server is used. Internet Information Services. Okay. And for PHP websites, Apache web server is used. Apache web server. And for Django websites, here we are having Django development server is there. Django development server, web server. So that is used. So here we can use application servers also, like WebLogic, WebSphere. These are also used to work with applications, to work with websites. Okay. So while working with websites here we can see two types of pages: static pages and dynamic pages. So website can have only static pages, it can have only dynamic pages, and it can have both. Based on the requirement, we can do that. So HTML pages are called as static pages. Whatever pages we create using HTML, they are called as static pages, or we can call them as read-only pages. Okay. So here, when you work with HTML pages, these are controlled by the browser. Browser can control HTML pages, and we can move from one page to another page in the website. And whenever you want to display the same information to all the users accessing the website, then HTML pages are used, like news, advertisements, then images, like whichever content is common to all the users accessing the website, HTML pages can be used. So HTML pages examples are home page or index page, like first page, then about us page, contact us page, sitemap. Sitemap page contains the complete information about the website. What all pages are there, like what content is available, all we can get here. So if HTML page is there, or if HTML file is there, so HTML is client side. It runs in browser, it will works in browser. Okay. So along with HTML pages or HTML files, we can use other client side technologies or client side frameworks we can use, like client side languages we can use, like JavaScript, then CSS, like a cascading style sheet. And here we can use a jQuery, then Bootstrap, then DOM, document object model, and jQuery and Angular, then React JS. So if HTML page is there, or if HTML file is there, so then we can use JavaScript, then CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, DOM, Angular, React JS. All these we can use. All these are what? Client side. All these works in browser. Okay. So here we have two technologies here: client side and server side. So we can say front end and back end. Front end, back end. So front end means client side technologies. So along with HTML, we can use all these. All these we can use. Okay. And here when you work with Angular, like in Angular, two frameworks are there: Angular framework and Node.js. So Angular works as a front end as well as back end. Okay, client side and server side it will works. Okay. And here when we are working with Angular, here in Angular, TypeScript is used. So it is the superscript of JavaScript. So Angular, this TypeScript is similar to Java. It is like similar to modern programming language, like creating classes, interfaces, all these we can use. And here when we say about React JS, it is also front end. So it is used to create reusable UI components. Whatever controls that we are using repeatedly or frequently, then with React JS, reusable components can be created and we can use. So that possibility is there. Okay. So HTML and all these are client side. All these works in browser. Okay. Now here dynamic pages are there. So when we say about dynamic pages, so these are controlled or managed by the web server in the server system. Dynamic pages are controlled or managed by the web server in the server system. Web server means, as I said, it is an application or it is a software. Okay. So here the use of these dynamic pages is in dynamic pages, like from user to user, information will change. So in dynamic pages, like information will not be same to all the users. From user to user, server will show the different information. different information we can get. So to create a dynamic pages, before that, dynamic pages examples are like a login page, a registration page, then a change password, password recovery. Like all these are dynamic pages, because whatever information we give, they will go to server, and the server will access the server will send the information. So the pages will communicate with the server. Okay. So to create a dynamic pages, we have to use a server side technologies, or else we have to use backend technologies. We have to use backend technologies. Okay. So we can say server side code also. So server side technologies means here PHP, then JSP, servlets, ASP.NET, then ASP.NET MVC, then Django, and Ruby on Rails, then Node.js. Like all these are the server side technologies. Okay, like many are there. So using these server side technologies, we can create dynamic pages. Okay, so here I've told about Ruby on Rails. It is a server side technology. Okay, and here Django is there. Django is related to Python. So it is related to Python. Like when many server side technologies are there, like students may have doubt, like why we should learn only Django. What are the special features in Django? In the Django classes, you can learn all those things, because Django is different from other server side technologies. Okay, so like when we take a browser cannot understand any server side technology, like any server side code. Okay, so this server side code will run in a web server in the server system. Okay, so like some of you may be having doubt, if HTML, when HTML pages are there, then why again dynamic pages are existing? Okay, here I will tell you one or two differences. We'll see here. So when we are working with websites in internet, like websites in internet will works with HTTP or HTTPS protocol. So here in a network, many protocols are used. Like here I'm saying about HTTP or HTTPS. So HTTP means hypertext transfer protocol, and S means the security is there. Okay, so in a network many protocols are existing, but HTTP protocol is used with websites. It is 40 years old. Okay, and here while working with websites, here if I use this website here, so here I'm giving this URL. So here when you see this, it is running with HTTP protocol. In address bar you can see it is saying not secure. Okay, and if I use Gmail, so this will run with HTTPS. Here you can say log symbol is there. The information is secured here. Okay, so some are running with HTTP, some are running with HTTPS. So when we develop any website, default it is HTTP only. But we can ask internet service providers to host our website, to publish our website with HTTPS. So they'll do that. Okay. So here when we say about HTTP, we have to write a code for securing the data. Like we have to write programs for security. In HTTPS, inbuilt security is provided. We can send the data safely in the network. Okay. So now here HTTP or HTTPS is called stateless protocol. So it cannot remember the values given in the pages in the website, and it cannot remember the pages opened in the website. HTTP or HTTPS cannot maintain history. Okay, so here if I want to store data, if I want to maintain information, then it is possible with client-side technologies and server-side technologies. See, HTTP or HTTPS cannot maintain history. But why we are using them? They are communication protocols used to transfer the data in network. Only for transferring data we are using it. But they cannot remember the data, they cannot store values, they cannot maintain values in the client system or else in the server system. So they cannot maintain the values. It is not possible. Okay, so using client-side technologies or server-side technologies, we can maintain the web pages values or website information in the client system or else in the server system, and then we can use them across pages in the website. Okay, so when we are working with client-side technologies, we can use web storage in HTML5, web storage in HTML5, in a JavaScript cookies are there. We can use them. Okay, so when we store web pages values or website information in the browser, in the client system, then that information is not safe, and we can store limited data, and execution is also slow. Okay, but if I store web pages information or website data in a server, in the server system, then the information is safe, it is secured, and the data, we can say, we can store large amount of data. Accessing the data is fast with the server side technologies, or when we store data in the server. Okay, so like there we can see security is there, so we can secure the data from middleman attacks, data tampering. Then we can secure the save the data from hackers. Like whenever we are working with confidential data or sensitive data, like passwords, account number, credit card number, pin number, like all this is very confidential. Whenever you are working with confidential data, then if you store data in the browser or else in the client system, it is not safe. Okay, so client side technologies, we are doing that. But when you store the data with server side technologies in server, then we can secure the data from all these middleman attacks, data tampering. Then from hackers, we can secure the data. Okay, so with the server side technologies, with the dynamic pages, the data will be safe. Okay, and using dynamic pages, we can integrate the pages with database. If you want to connect web pages with MySQL or SQL Server, or else with Oracle database, with any database, if you want to connect web pages with database, like sending the data to database server and accessing the data from database server, whenever you want to do all this, then we can use dynamic pages. Dynamic pages, we can use it. So here I've told all these for this fifth point, Ruby Python. Okay, so what I said before is Ruby Python means it is used by this software, this flavor is used by the web developers working on Ruby on Rails. So Ruby on Rails is the server side technology used for creating websites. Dynamic web pages or dynamic sites can be created. Okay, so now moving to another software, moving to Anaconda Python. Okay, so this is used in data science, like those are working as data analyst or those are working as data scientist. So what they'll do is they'll take a large volume of data of their company, then they will generate reports. They will analyze the data and they will generate the reports. So for this process, like here you can see, it is used to handle large volume of data processing. So those are working on data science, those are working as data analyst or data scientist, they will install this software. Anaconda Python is used. Okay, and here you can see stackless Python is there. This is another software we are using here. So it is used to do multiple activities concurrently or simultaneously. So in this, what we are going to do is whenever you want to do 2 or 3 tasks at a time. Okay, so in that case, stackless Python can be used. So in our classes, we are not going to use this stackless Python. Why? Because it's in advanced Python. Like as I said, core and advanced Python, for completing it will take 2 months. Then in advanced Python, many chapters are there. Like multi-threading is also there. So in my class in advanced Python, students will learn multi-threading. Multi-threading programming is there. So multi-threading programming is used for doing multitasking. Okay, so multi-threading programs we are going to use in Python application. So when we use them in Python application, then it will give multiple results to the user. Okay, so stackless Python using the software is easy procedure. But what we do is we'll do programming, multi-threading programming, and that multi-threaded programs are used in Python application to do multiple activities at a time. Okay, so here I've told about all these flavors. Okay, like C Python, J Python, Iron Python, Py is there, and Ruby Python, Anaconda Python, Stackless Python, all these are there. So in all these flavors, Python language default implementation is C Python. So C Python is the default implementation. So now here flavors are completed. So now we are going to discuss about Python features. So we'll see all one by one here. So when we are working with Python features here, first one is easy to learn and it is easy to use. So as I said before, Python is a beginner's language. So it is like nursery level. Those those are not having any programming knowledge. So without knowing basics of C language, you can start with Python. That you can do it. So without knowing anything related to programming, so students can start with Python. IT students, non-IT students can learn Python, so they can understand easily. Okay, and that's why it is called as a friendly language. Learning is easy, and using Python is also easy. Like developing applications, working with the applications or softwares is easy. And here Python language is it is a expressive language, more understandable, and more readability will be there. Like students can easily understand the coding. Like difficult words, complicated words will not be there here. Simple language is used, and here you can see more readability. Easily students can read the statements and can understand the meaning of the statements. And here when we are working with Python, it is called as interpreted language here. Okay, so as I said before, it is compiled and it is interpreted. Both will works here. First compilation, then interpretation. So when we get bytecode, so with bytecode or intermediate code, then interpretation will works here. And now here next one is cross-platform languages there here. Okay, so when we say about Python, it is portable. So portable means platform independent. So when we are working with Python, Python is platform independent at development and at production. At development and at production means while learning Python, when you are learning Python, then we can use while learning Python, while practicing Python, while developing applications in Python, we can use different operating systems. Python software is available for different operating systems. So Python Software Foundation or Python community, so they have developed Python for Windows, Python for Unix, Python software for Linux, Python software for Mac OS, Python software for AS400. They did not develop Python only for Windows. They have developed Python software or Python language for different operating systems. Okay, so while learning, while practicing, while developing applications, like according to the requirement, you can use the Python software. Now I'm using a Python in Windows 10. Windows 10 Pro I'm using. Windows 10 Professional I'm using. Okay, like in companies, like when you join in any company or in your company when they're working on Python live or real-time projects, so they may say that they may ask to use Linux OS like Ubuntu or Fedora. They may ask to use. Why? Because Windows is not a free software, so they may use free operating systems like Linux operating systems like Ubuntu, Fedora. All these are there. Like all these can be used. Okay, so here when we say about this Python software, Python language can work in any operating system. We can use in any operating system, and it will works in all the flavors of Unix and Linux. So it will works in any flavor of Unix like Sun, Solaris, IBM, AX, HPS, XP, UX, AT&T is there, and here BSG Unix, DEC Unix, Mac OS, SCO Unix, all these are there. Okay, these are the different flavors. Today I've told about Python flavors. Likewise, Unix flavors we can see here. And Python software, Python language works in any flavor of Linux, like Ubuntu, Fedora, Linux, Mint, Open, SUSE, PC, Linux, OS, Debian, Mandriva, Sabian, Gentoo, like all these are there. In all these flavors, this Python software or Python language will work. Okay, and here when we are working with this Python software here, like Python is platform independent at production also. At production means like if I develop a Python application in Windows using Python, if I develop Python application in Windows, then I can run that Python application or Python software, whatever I've developed, I can run in other operating systems in other machines without doing any changes, without doing any modifications. I can execute. So that possibility is there. Like when I'm saying this, students may have doubt, like how it is possible, how it is going to run, because in which system I want to execute, in client system, in which system I want to run, there we have to install PVM, Python virtual machine. If that client system is having PVM, Python virtual machine, if that physical machine is having virtual machine, PVM, then that system may have any operating system, or that system may have any CPU architecture. Then the Python application can run successfully. It will work. So Python applications can run in laptop, desktop, tablet PC, smartphone, smart TV. In all these devices, the application will work. Okay, so Python is platform independent at development and also at production. Okay, while learning, while practicing, while developing applications, Python software we can use in any OS, and Python applications which are developed, they can run in any operating system, any machine, without doing any changes. Through PVM, it will work. So that possibility is there here. Okay, and while learning Python, while practicing Python, if you want to practice Python in mobile, like if you cannot carry laptop, like if that possibility is not there, okay, and if you are doing traveling, then in that case, even in mobile also you can practice Python programs. You can practice even in mobile, because JDBC and other online compilers are there. Okay, so by installing online compilers, even you can even practice Python programs in mobile also. That possibility is there. And here, when we are working with this Python here, so Python we can say it is free, open source, and redistribution. So when we say about Python, it is free software. You can download and you can use it. In companies also, they'll use the same software. Whatever I'm using now, in companies also, they'll use the same software and they will use it. So here you will not see like a pirated version, a trial version, and a licensed version. Like all will not see here. Like here we'll see about like other versions we can see here. Okay, like in with Microsoft, we'll see other options. Okay, like but here we'll not see all those. Like here, it is a one software that we can use it. So it is open source. Open source means whatever files developed by Python community, we can open the files and we can read the content. We can read the functions. Like we'll be knowing what code they wrote, like what is the use of that code. We can see that. Okay, and next one is a redistribution is there. So redistribution means Python code can be like customizable. We can customize the Python code. Okay, so open source and redistribution we cannot do in the beginning stages. Okay, like for example, now students are attending Python classes. So to complete core and advanced Python, it will take 2 months. Okay, so within 2 months, students will learn many chapters, and the students will learn many modules in Python, many functions, like how to write the code, then what all modules we can use. Like for learning, it will take time. Okay, and after that, if they join as a fresher in company, okay, like if they are working on first project, live or real-time project, if it is their first project, then whatever they learn here, they will implement in the project, and they will learn many new things also. Okay, like when those are working on live or real-time projects, learning will start there itself. Okay, like in the classes you will learn many things, but those who join in company, like actual learning will start there only in real-time environment. It will start. Okay, so when they work on first project, then whatever they learned here, they will implement in the project. Okay, so when here when we say about redistribution or customization, customization meaning is like whatever Python files are there, whatever modules developed by Python community, we can customize according to our requirement. Okay, that we can do. Customization we can do it. So in the beginning stages, if anybody says like I want to know what is not there in Python, what is missing in Python, like I want to customize the code, in the beginning it is not possible. Okay, while learning the course or when you are working on first project or second project, it is not possible. Like those who will become expert in Python, those who will become master in Python, like if they are working as software analyst or project manager, and if they're having 4 or 5 years real-time experience on Python, then they will think about customization. They'll be knowing like what is not there in Python, what is missing in Python, then they can do the customization. Okay, in the beginning stages only, if anybody is saying like I want to know what is not there in Python, like that is not possible here. Okay, so if anybody do the customization of code, they will use in their project. Okay, and that code can be given to other programmers so that they can use in their project. Okay, like for example, if in one project if they do customization of the code, and if in some other project if the same code is required, customized code, then they can give it to other programmers so that they can use in their project customized code. So that is called as redistribution. So Python source can be redistributed to others. That is called as a redistribution. Okay, so here when we say about customization, customization will be listening many times. Like if you take clothes, like designer clothes are expensive because they are customized. And if you see the like jewelry also, customization means expensive. Okay, like for example, if you see car or bike, some will do customization according to their taste. They will do changes for bike or car, they'll do it. In Python also customization is allowed. We can change the code. That possibility is there. Okay, and here next point we are going to see now. So sixth point is object oriented programming is there. Okay, so in my class, in my demos, I am saying that Python is a powerful language, and here I am saying that Python is great software. I am using many words. Okay, so students may have doubt what is this Python is, what is this actually this Python is. So when we say about Python, it is a language. Okay, and Python is called as a scripting language. So Python is called as a scripting language. So in a scripting language, less coding will be there. Like in other programming languages, like C, C++, Java, all these, we can see a lot of programming. In scripting languages, less coding will be there. So other scripting languages we can see here, like shell scripting, then Perl, then PHP, and TCL, TK. TCL TK means in Python we'll use a tkinter module. So tkinter module will use in Windows application or desktop applications we are going to use. TCL TK will use. And VB script, JavaScript, and PowerShell, Ruby on Rails, like all these are scripting languages only. So Python is also scripting language. And here when we are working with Python, Python supports the features of other programming languages. Okay, Python is a scripting language, but it supports the features of other programming languages. Here you can see Python supports a procedure-oriented programming, like C programming, like we'll say structured programming also. So when we say procedure-oriented programming, like how we are doing programming in C language, the same programming we are going to do in Python. Okay, and here it supports the features of object-oriented programming, like how we do programming in C++ and Java. The same thing we are going to use in Python. In advanced Python, one chapter is there, object-oriented programming. In object-oriented programming, you are going to learn about what is a class, what is an object, then what are object-oriented programming features like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction. Like you are going to learn about uh, inheritance, then function overloading, function overriding, operator overloading, constructors, destructors, garbage collection, lot of things you are going to learn. Whatever you learn in C++ and Java, like same will be there in Python. One or two changes will be there. Okay, so those who don't know about object-oriented programming, no need to worry, because we are going to discuss in detail about object-oriented programming in advanced Python. We are going to discuss, and Python supports the features of scripting language like shell scripting, Perl scripting, like how we write, how we work with the scripting languages we'll use. And Python supports the features of modular programming here, modular programming language. So here there is a language called Module 3. Like many of you may not know about Module 3. Module 3 language is there. Many of you may not heard also about Module 3. So it supports the features of like a modular programming features you can see here. Okay, so in Python, like from the beginning, we are going to create modules. So Python file or Python program is called as module. So module means it is a program or file, Python file. It can have variables, functions, classes, all these can be created. Okay, so Python supports the features of all these languages. Like some of you may have doubt, like if it is supporting features of all these languages, then it would be very difficult. Okay, so taking all these languages, okay, language features, and putting in Mixi and generating one language, getting one language. Even though it supports the features of all these languages, so still I will stick to that word. That word is Python is simple and it is easy to learn. Even though it supports the features of many programming languages, it is easy. It is easy to learn and it is easy to use. So here we are talking about this feature, that is object-oriented programming is there. Okay, so if you are doing project in Python, live project or real-time project, if you are doing, okay, if you develop any application in Python, like a desktop application, or if you are developing websites or networking applications, scientific, you may develop any application. Okay, and when you are working on live or real-time projects, we have to use object-oriented programming. Class and object we have to use, classes and objects. Without that, we'll not do the projects. Okay, so if you develop Python project or Python related projects, like a Django is there, other like other courses. So when you work with a Python or Python related projects, if you are working, so in that application, like we will be getting security, flexibility, and reusability. So when I implement object-oriented programming in that particular application, in that particular project, that Python application or Python project will get security, flexibility, and reusability. Okay, so these are not related to data or information what we give. Okay, data or information what we give. Okay, so the data or whatever I've told now, like security, flexibility, reusability, it is related to the coding part. Okay, like when we say about object oriented programming, the main use or the main advantage is in object oriented programming, code separation is there. We can split the code, we can separate the code in the applications in the project by creating classes. By creating class, we can do it. So class contains variables and functions. Okay, so whatever code we are writing in the project, that code will have security, and that code will have flexibility. We can use it anywhere in the project, and we can use it with other languages code also. And reusability will be there. Like reusability we can achieve with inheritance. Like in inheritance, we can see single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. All these are there. All these we can implement in programming. All these can be done. Okay, and here other features are there, like extensible, integrated, large standard library, high-level language. High-level language means we'll discuss about strongly typed language, loosely typed language, memory management. All these will be there in 10th point. So I'm stopping now, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about other features, and we are going to discuss about what all applications we can develop using Python. And in with all these things, I will tell about what is automation, what is 100% automation, then what are like robotics, like all these we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. Then after that, we'll see how to download the software, then how to do installation. Like all these we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, and those who want to register for this batch, like 9 to 10 batch, please talk to some students are already registered. So I will today I'm going to send notes to your mail IDs. The online team will send to me. Okay, and those who are interested to continue in this batch, so please talk to online team and register. Then after that, I'll send you the videos, like today's class video and the previous two demos over. No, previous two demos, this class video and notes. I will send it to you to your mail ID. Regarding the fees, course contents, and all, you can talk to online team. Okay. Fees you have to talk with online team only. So they will call to your number, or they will send email. Please talk to them. Okay. So core Python and advanced Python, all my classes will be very interesting. Okay. So because we are going to discuss about real-time projects, like real-time coding, project-oriented training. So now I'm not having morning batch. Okay, morning batch I'm taking Django classes. Evening batches are there. Morning it will start, like not now. After 1 week or 10 days, morning batch also will start. So you can register for this batch. Then if you want to shift to morning, you can shift. Okay. See, with Python you have to learn other courses also. Like with Python you can get the job, but if you learn other courses like UI technologies, Django, like they are for they are like combination. Like Python, Django, UI technologies is combination. If you learn these three and if you prepare your resume, then it will be easy for you to get the job easily. With one course means it may take time. After Python, you can learn other courses like DevOps, AWS, testing tools. Many other courses are there now. Python related courses you can learn. So any doubts, students? Anything to ask? No, they will talk to you. They will in Durgasoft site. The details will be there now. Open Durgasoft site. The online numbers will be there. Phone numbers. You can talk to them. So yeah. In DevOps, Python is required. Python is used.
Hello, Wilson.
No.
Can you hear?
Yeah. See, core Python, advanced Python is one course only, not separate. Core and advanced Python means 2 months. For core and advanced Python, you are going to pay the fees. Yeah, madam, please.
Yes, the Python classes, it will be continuing evening session, right?
Yeah, this slot only, 9 to 10 only.
9
Yeah,
to
like
10.
this only. Yeah.
How many
If you want
months, how
to,
many classes you can give?
this core and advanced Python is for 2 months, madam.
2 months, okay. Video recordings will you provide or not?
Yeah. Every day I will send you the notes. Day-wise
Okay.
notes I'll send with programs. And every day I will send you the recorded video. Like after the class is over, within 1-2 hours, I will send you the notes. Notes and recorded video also.
Okay. So end of this Python project will you provide or anything?
Yeah, I'll give project. I'm having desktop applications are there. Windows applications. Like we
Okay.
cannot discuss websites, no. Websites means Django. That is
Yeah.
different.
Okay, if you take the course as Python with Django framework,
Yeah.
it will be continue, right? How much it will be packaged, right? Is there any packages like that? Combination of the package?
Package is there, madam, but you have to learn Python and UI technologies.
Yes, correct.
Because UI technologies, as I said, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, that is mandatory for any developer.
Yeah.
If you already know, then no need to worry. Then after completing core Python, you can start with Django. Or if you finish core and advanced Python, and if you go for Django, it is good. First you should focus on Python programming. If you are good in Python programming, Django will be easy for you, because there also classes, objects, all these will be there.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah, hi,
Okay.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Good evening. Yeah, these classes, this batch will be continuing on weekends or only on weekdays?
Monday to Saturday will be there. Like Saturday means that depends. Like every Saturday I may not take class. Like if all the students are willing to come on Saturday, then I'll take. Otherwise, Monday to Friday classes will be there. Saturday is optional. If all are willing to come Saturday also, then I will take.
Okay, sir. So we'll be notified, right, if the classes are on the Saturday?
Saturday you want a class or not? I'm asking from your side. What you are expecting? See, that is optional. No, that is optional, not mandatory. If all are willing to come on Saturday also, I will take. Otherwise, Monday to Friday will be there. If I want to complete the concepts, then I will ask all the students. If they say okay, take class, then I can take class on Saturday also.
Okay, thank you.
So okay, students, I'm see
Good
UI.
evening, sir.
Yes. UI class, UI batch is different. In Python, we'll not discuss UI. UI classes also. I'm taking UI batch also. UI, Django, all these I will teach, but they are in different slots.
Okay, one more thing, sir. Am I audible? Yes, sir. How many charge of this course, sir?
See,
Can you
duration is
confirm me when
duration
I
is
course?
Your voice is breaking.
No, sir. No, sir. I understand.
No, no,
How
not
many
audible.
stars of how many
No,
stars?
no, no.
Am I audible?
No, no. You can type in chat option. Your voice is breaking.
Am I right? Oh,
No, no, please don't try. Your voice is not at all audible. You can type in chat option.
Wilson, will you provide hierarchy of these concepts like concepts document?
Yeah, I'll see course contents. The online team will provide. If you want me to give, I'm also having course contents. I can send it to your mail IDs.
Yeah, that is needed. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send.
Yeah,
So
Wilson
okay,
sir.
student. Yeah, madam.
Actually, this whatever teaching Python is completely developer point of view. So I want like scripting language for DevOps. So how can this course helps me? Can you please tell?
See here, I'm focusing on project-oriented training. So here, whatever you learn in core Python is very, very useful because you will be learning programming only. In advanced Python, you will learn other chapters like object-oriented programming, internet and email, multi-threading, networking, database programming. So advanced Python is for developers, like project-oriented training. So for those who want to focus on DevOps and other courses, then core Python is enough because in core Python, you will be learning many things which are related to programming, writing, scripting, which is very useful because all the
So
basic programming you learn in core.
we can take only till core Python.
No, 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 madam, not like that. Like both are very important. If I say only core Python, you will not learn anything. In advanced Python also, you will learn lot of things like web scraping, then debugging, how to do debugging of program, how to trace the program, then what are data classes, what are advanced modules like pandas, numpy. So if you learn at core and advanced Python, if I teach 100%, then you will be learning up to 80% like that. If you say only core Python means you will not learn anything. So you have to learn both.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
So, Code Python and Advanced Python will be in this course only?
yeah, yes. This is
one
this
more thing,
course is
sir.
both 2 months duration.
Okay.
Okay, students, I'm signing off. So tomorrow we'll continue.